What is going on, guys? My name is Illusion's Ghost. Welcome back to another video, and inside this video we are going to be going over how you can trade in Roblox Grow a Garden. So anyway, if you guys are all new to the channel, make sure you guys all hit that like button, subscribe, and of course turn on those notifications. Make sure you guys also stay tuned throughout this video so you guys do not miss a single thing. So trading in Roblox Grow a Garden is actually very simple, guys. Alright, first things first is you actually need someone to trade with and need something to trade. The best place to actually find a trading partner and to actually trade with somebody is none other than the Grow a Garden Discord, guys. So you can see here that basically there is a ton of people going around here basically trading a bunch of different items here. You can see the caterpillar, alright, the dog age, you know, lots of animals. Sometimes it's fruit, sometimes it's other things, but mostly it's pets, guys. So once you guys have actually come to an agreement, usually this is over Discord, alright, say you want to trade a candy blossom for some type of pet or something like that, guys, then you guys have to meet up inside of the same server. You have to be inside the same server or else this thing will not work. Okay, so once you guys are actually inside of the same server, this is where the hard part actually happens. You need to go up to the person and simply gift him the item, alright? So once they gift the item, then they will accept, and then with their item that they are going to give you, they have to then give it to you. So as you can see, guys, I gave him, you know, that disco dragon fruit, alright, and then now he's giving me a frog, so now I now have the frog, and the trade is now complete. Also, one important thing that I actually forgot to mention is that in order to trade, you actually have to go up here to the top left and hit on toggle settings. That'll actually bring up this menu, and you have to make sure that you have receive gifts on, alright? If this is off, you know, you won't be able to trade at all. Turn it on so that people can actually give you stuff. However, some of you might see a little bit of a problem with this whole method, guys. It is perfectly fine and dandy if you're just trading with your friends. You come up with your, with your friends and, you're just trading back and forth and, that is all fine. However, meeting people online and then getting into a server with them, okay, and then trying to trade with them can be a little bit risky because the person who gives up the item first is actually at a disadvantage because once, say, Bread Squad Ghost here, he basically gives me an item, alright, I could just walk away without giving him a single thing. You know, we don't condone scamming on this channel, guys, alright, but it does happen all the time. So there are actually a couple ways to check if someone is legit when they are trying to trade with you. The first thing that you guys can do to not get scammed is actually having a third party, alright? You can have a third person who both people actually give the item to, and then they basically give the correct item to the respective person completing the trade. This actually does help, especially if it is a trustworthy person within the Grow a Garden community, guys, alright, and you can usually find that out by basically checking if they have vouchers. As you can see here inside of the chat, again, you can see that Bobart right here. I'm just using him as a quick example. He basically said, I have 8 vouchers in the main Grow a Garden server and can provide chat logs between me and the vouchers. So he's basically saying, like, bro, trust me, all of these people have trusted me. I've traded with many people and everything went fine, alright, so I'm a trustworthy person. Well, this is a way how you can actually find if someone's being authentic or not, but however, again, not everything is for certain, and there is still a chance that you can get scammed even if somebody has like 40 or 50 vouchers, guys. So if you guys can hold off on trading, it seems like a new trading update is actually going to come out into the game to hopefully mitigate all these scams that are currently happening, alright, on people. I've never personally been scammed, but, I've been very careful out there, and this is kind of what I've done. Trading is probably the best way to actually get exclusive items and pets, guys, alright. People who have been playing the game since it actually came out, alright, are actually able to gift these items to other people, but again, there is a high possibility that you do get scammed when going after these. So when this new trading update actually does come out, guys, it would actually be huge because then, you can't really get scammed anymore unless you're just accepting a trade that's, not very smart, guys. So unless you're like particularly desperate to actually get an item, I would suggest at least waiting until the next update because it seems like there's a high probability that a new trade update is going to come out. A lot of people have actually said that these trade updates are coming and coming very soon, guys. So yeah, guys, that is basically how you trade, all right? You want to use the Grow a Garden Discord server, all right? Try to find people who have the items that you want, and find people that want your given items, guys, okay, and then go meet up with them, make a trade, make sure that they're legit before you actually make a trade, maybe even get a trusted third-party person to actually, you know, hand off the items so neither person is scammed and both people feel comfortable actually making the trade. So yeah, it is really that easy, but again, of course, you know, you can get scammed, so just be careful when you're doing it, alright? And if you can hold off on trading, try to before this new trade update comes out, and then there is no chance that you can actually get scammed like that. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys all did enjoy, like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you guys all. Peace out, and of course, goodbye.